Hey everyone, today we're having a special guest speak about what they've experienced in LA in the popping scene, what they grew up, how they got into the dance. We have John Pierre. John Pierre, he messaged me recently and he was sharing how his affiliation, his relation to the Time Bandits, the Mysterious Poppers, the video you did with Snoop Dogg. And I was like, whoa, 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 like, what is this information? Like, I want to hear more about it. I want to hear your journey. What did you see? For everyone that's tuning in, these interviews, I've been interviewing different dancers from all over the world, people from LA, people from Oakland, people from Paris, and just collecting the stories. What's going on in the 90s, the 80s? How far can we go? And so for the future generation, so you can know as well what was happening, because I feel this, if no one records it, then it just kind of gets lost in history.
Right, right.
So yeah, Pierre, I appreciate you coming through, and yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Actually, I'm only 10 minutes away from you. I didn't know you
Yeah,
was in Long Beach.
that's the funny, right, that's the funny thing
I thought
too.
you was in New York or
Oakland
another.
or like the Bay
Yeah,
Area or
yeah. I
something
thought you
like
was
that.
Bay Area. Yeah.
No, no. So yeah, so just kind of getting into it. How did you get into this dance? What is like the earliest memories you have of how you were introduced into it?
Well, of course, Soul Train. That was like in the '70s. You would see like bits and pieces of the lockers. Then there was
Mm.
lockers then on Soul Train, and then what was it? Was it Different Strokes? Not Different Strokes. What was it? What's happening? Was it What's
Mm.
happening with
That
Rerun?
sounds familiar. Okay.
It was a TV show with Rerun. He was an original locker, and he also was an actor, and he was every once in a while he would dance in the show,
Hmm.
and then popping started to phase in. Locking, I like locking, but when I first seen popping, I was like, oh whoa, I really really want to learn how to do that. You know,
Mm. Mm-hmm.
popping was different from locking.
Mm-hmm.
It's a different style,
Mm-hmm.
and I really like the style of popping.
Mm.
And anyway, I was in sixth grade. My earliest memories of when I first got I just call it the dancing bug.
Yeah.
And I was in sixth grade, and I have two older brothers, and they went to no, they went to Washington Junior High School. They were in the ninth grade, and I was in the sixth grade. I was in elementary school, sixth grade,
Mm.
and you would back then, before internet, it was a word on the street.
Mm.
So everybody would be like talking about what happened the weekend, like at the dances. Back then, they had all these dances, like after
Mm.
school, after the football games, they would have dances at different places. Like, and every time after football games, they would at Poly they would have a dance at the Hutch. It was called the Hutch,
Mm.
and all the local guys, and who could go to the dances would go to the dance, and they would be dancing. And my brothers would come home and emulate what they seen
Mm.
at these dances,
Mm-hmm.
and these names would always come up. Oh man, Daryl Johnson did this. King Snake back in the '70s. It was Mysterious Poppers. It was four of them. It was Daryl Johnson, Kent Cuffey, George Brown, and the world famous, rest in peace, Taco Bruno
Mm.
Falcon, Poppin' Taco, and they
Mm.
were the kings. They all had king names. So Daryl was King Cobra. Um, Kent Kent was King Python. George was King Rattler, and Bruno was King Snake.
Mm.
So we all had snake names. And for the record, Daryl Johnson invented the King Cobra snake.
The movement.
The one when they do the
Ooh.
chest and they
Yeah.
roll it. He invented that. Daryl
Oh.
Johnson invented that.
Wow.
So anyway, they would always be these names would always come up. The Mysterious Poppers and those four names: Daryl, George, Kent, and Bruno. You would always hear these names. But I'm in elementary school. They're in junior high school. So I have been hearing these names for like over a year. And then one day, my brother came home with this tall black dude. It's like tall, like Michael Jordan. And he's like, "Hey Pierre, this is my buddy Daryl." He's like, "This is my buddy Daryl," and because they play basketball, but Daryl was also a good basketball player. And he's like, and I was like, "Hey Steve, is that Daryl Johnson, the pop locker?" I was like, well, he's like, yeah. I was like, you know him? I was like, no, I don't know him, but I heard of him. Everybody in my school talks about him. you think you could tell him to show me one move?
Nice.
So he showed me. So I was all embarrassed inside. So my brother told me, hey, my brother wants you to show him a move. So he showed me the wave. He's like, okay, get this move, and I'm gonna show you every time I come over, I'll show you another move. So he showed me the basic arm wave. So when I did it, it was probably like this. But he said, when you get it, you're gonna feel it. So he did like. He said, just keep on practicing that in the mirror, and then when you get that, next time I come, I'll show you another move. So of course it took a while, but then after a while, I was like, oh God, it feels right. It feels like it's rolling through. You know what I mean? So I got that. And long story short, he started teaching. He wasn't my teacher, but he would show me a move every time he come over. Show me a move here, show me a move there. So remember, I was in 6th grade. Then we went through the summer. Then I went to junior. Then back then it was elementary school was 1st grade through 6th grade when I was going to school. I'm 58 years old.
Okay.
So now they have middle schools. Now they're different now. So anyway, so I went to 7th grade. So Washington Junior High was, now it's a middle school, but it was 7th, 8th, and 9th. So then I went to the 7th grade when I was at Washington, and during the lunchtime, they would guys would make circles and be breaking and popping, and I was I used to watch them. I didn't know nobody. I would watch them, and I'm just watching them like, oh, those guys are good, but I feel like I can get out there.
You felt okay
because I knew the moves that Daryl taught me.
Right. What year was this around? By the
that
way?
was 79 or 80.
Wow. Okay.
79 or 80.
Okay.
So I just, like, they would just dance and go out there, in a big circle, go out there, take turns. And I just went out there. And when I went out there and started doing the like 3 moves I had back then, the dude was like, whoa. And then I was like, okay, I guess.
You're like, it confirmed. Like,
yeah.
Okay.
And then they was like, oh man, you're good, man. What's your name? Who taught you this, that, and this? I'm like, oh no, just, whatever.
Yeah.
So then I was trying to be humble, but I was like, inside, I was like, yeah.
Nice.
So anyway, the juniors was going there, and I didn't know that. The junior mysterious poppers. And that was, the juniors was Darren Walker, Fred Towns, Ronnie Hightower, and Keith Mathis. They were the junior mysterious poppers. So it was 4 kings and then 4 juniors. And then after, like, I asked if I could start a baby group, because we was battling all these dudes, going to different schools, and battling these dudes, for at all the talent shows and the after school dances and stuff. And then Daryl said, you guys can start a group, but you have to battle the juniors first. He said, I remember it was like a Monday when I asked him. And he said, okay, Friday at 3:00, meet in the alley over on Pasadena where they practice at. He said, meet at alley at 3:00, and you guys are going to battle. Bring 4 guys, and you guys battle the juniors. And at that time, I didn't have 4 guys. It was just me and one other buddy. So I was like, oh shit, I got to find 2 other dudes.
Yeah.
So I was like, like I said, back then it was word on the street. It was no social media. So you heard who was like the best. So Lil Dave, he went to Franklin. So I remember I caught a bus over to Franklin, and I asked them, hey, do you guys know who Lil Dave is? And they thought I was there to fight him. But I was there to, because, we was like, hey, yeah, because he didn't know me and I didn't know him. It's like, hey, you guys know Lil Dave? Yeah. Hey, Lil Dave, this dude looking for you. So he came up like, what's up? I was like, what's up, man? You Lil Dave? Like, yeah. It's like, hey, man, my name Pierre, and they want to start a baby group. And they said, if I bring 4 guys on Friday, we can start the baby group, but we gotta go against the juniors. It's like, oh man, juniors. They're like, the kings are the best of the best. The juniors was like, you guys go out there and do the light work.
Right.
It was like that. So anyway, so I got Lil Dave. It was me, Ricky, and then Lil Dave, and then Brian. Then I recruited Brian. So I had my 4 guys. I told him so. Friday came, and we went and we met in the alley, and we battled the juniors, and of course they tore our head off, but the kings liked our heart and our style, and like, you know what, you guys can be the babies. So
nice.
I started the Baby Mysterious Poppers. I was the leader of the Baby Mysterious Poppers, and then that went on for like probably about a year, and then basically at that time, and back in the early '80s, it was like talent shows almost every single weekend.
Really? Why talent shows every single weekend?
Because that's what was going on back
It
then.
was just that was people wanted. Okay.
Yeah, but they would charge. That would be a talent show, but they would charge people to get in like $2 or $5. Not a lot.
Okay. And
They would,
everyone was going to these.
everyone was going to those, or it'd be a dance and it'd be a talent show in the middle of the dance, or and then you would win $100.
Okay.
So $100 between four guys, that's $25 a piece.
Right.
Back in the
80s,
'80s, that was kind of good money, but we didn't really care. We didn't do it for the money. We did it for the back then. It was called
show people, or
it was called street credibility. It was like bragging rights. It was like, the best way I could describe wearing the popping jacket that we had. It was like a have you ever played sports in high school at all?
Yeah, soccer and track.
Okay, you know how to
they give the little jacket that you get,
the Letterman jacket.
Right,
yeah, the guys, the football, the jocks. Like
yes,
everybody's like, oh, whoa, everybody know who they are.
yes.
But the popping jacket was that for the street dudes, basically.
Okay.
That jacket, well, not any jacket, you have to have that name. So we was in the best group in Long Beach, the Mysterious Poppers.
The Mysterious Poppers.
The Mysterious Poppers was like the best group in Long Beach.
Okay.
At that time, So basically, it was like a badge of honor, street credibility, and like when you like wore that jacket, people knew.
Respect.
They knew that, okay, those dudes are good.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it was just like that. But yeah, that was like in the '80s, and then still in the '80s, but also Uncle Jam's Army was a really big party promotion. They would they would rent out big events like the convention center, the LA Sports Arena.
Oh wow. Okay.
The like big like skating rings, and they would like do big parties. I mean, like big events. They was like the biggest party promoters in LA.
And this was in the '80s.
In the '80s, yeah. And you had Ice-T there. Wow. Ice-T was that's when he first started rapping. And he had Bobcat, the LA Dream Team. Who else was there? Of Dr. Dre was there. The Glove.
Wow.
The World Class Wrecking Crew. That's who was there.
Wow.
You heard of them, right?
Yes.
That was Dr. Dre's like first group.
Yes.
But they would be there, and they would be all on the stage. And of course, my bad, Egyptian Lover. How could I forget Egyptian Lover? He was there. It was like his group.
Wow.
I mean, but it was Uncle Jam's Army, and they would give these big old like concert parties, and it would just be nothing but breakers and poppers and.
Wow. Is there footage of this?
You got to remember back then, it was big. It was big.
Like those cameras, huge.
Yeah, nobody really had money for those. So it's like some people have some stuff, but you had to have some money back then to have that stuff, because it was like real to real, and you had to have like I said back then, that stuff was really expensive. So they have it, but I don't know
who knows who has
Uncle Jam. They might have it. They might have some of it, but I don't know. But
and what city was it hosted in?
It was mostly all over LA. Like,
all over. They would
all over LA. Long Beach, Carson, Compton, Pasadena, the Valley. They would go all over and rent the convention. You heard of the Fresh Fest? It's right here behind us.
The convention, that whole center.
Yeah, I was there in for '85. You heard about that, right?
Okay.
The big riot that happened there.
Yeah, I'm not too familiar.
What year was he born?
'93.
Oh, okay, yeah.
For everyone.
But everyone who knows the Fresh Fest, some of y'all might know the Fresh Fest when it got turned out by the city of the Crips in Long Beach.
Oh, okay.
It started out by a big rope chain getting snatched, and then it just kind of got bigger and bigger and bigger. Okay. And I don't know if you live in Long Beach, but I don't know if you know there's no Bloods in Long Beach. There's probably Bloods in Long Beach, but there's no actual set established like the Long Beach Pyrus or the Long Beach Bloods or it's no established neighborhood set in Long Beach Bloods, basically.
I see. Okay.
I'm sure some Bloods live here or there,
right?
Everywhere.
But nothing established.
It's no name of. So Long Beach is like an all Crip city, and at that event back then, you got to remember LL Cool J. He always wore red, wore the red Kango hat. So a lot of dudes wore red, and they came to Long Beach, and back then that was a big no-no. You don't wear red in the Crip city.
Right.
So it just kind of like started from there. I'm not saying everybody who wore red was Bloods, but some of them were.
Right.
And it just, like I say, it started from a gold chain getting snatched, a big dookie rope, a big gold chain, like the kind of Cool J wore, but they was hollow, but still, they was big.
Right.
And Run DMC, snatched, and it just got bigger and bigger and bigger, and just turned into a big old riot, and they had to turn it out. And for like 10 years, the city of Long Beach banned any rap concerts in Long Beach because of 1985 Fresh Fest, and I was there.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. That's big historical moment.
Yeah, that was. But everybody was fighting. I knew one side of it. I knew all the dudes from Long Beach.
Right. You knew everyone.
I seen dudes getting thrown over the balcony.
Jeez.
It was crazy. It was.
Wow.
You have to be there. The Fat Boys,
right.
Houdini was there. Fat Boys. I think Roxanne Sante was there. I don't know. It was like I said before they got turned out. The concert was pretty fun.
Wow. So during this concert, who were some of the dancers? Because I would guess that everybody wanted to go to these concerts. So who were some other dancers you may have ran into, or?
Back then, the only groups that was really there, I think the Unique Dominoes were there. Like the best of the best was at that concert because of the like I say, the Fat Boys, Houdini, all the major LL Cool J, all the major rap, the number one, the A-list rappers was there at the concert right here.
And you said Dominoes. Who I've heard a little. What are the Dominoes?
The Unique Domino. They was the best group in LA. They were pop lockers.
Unique Dominoes.
The Unique Dominoes. You never seen them before?
I've heard of them.
Yeah,
I've heard. I think I've seen some. Where were they based on, or based where?
They from LA.
LA.
Yeah, from LA.
Unique Dominoes. Okay.
Yeah. Look them up. They don't have too much footage of them, but you remember the video Shaka Khan? Shaka Khan.
Yes.
Shaka Khan. That's them in the beginning.
Oh.
With the jackets on.
Okay.
With the gold jackets on.
Okay.
And of course Taco and Boogaloo Shrimp is in that too, but they were in it also. Okay. They were like they're the ones that were doing the routine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. So then moving forward from like during the 80s, you have the baby mysterious poppers, right?
Right.
What I know Time Bandits eventually that name comes apart, but what happens after in the 80s for you?
Okay, like I said, back then it was like all these talent shows all over from LA to the Valley, all these talent shows, and also too back then there was Cloud9 at Knott's Berry Farm was like a spot. Then they also had a spot at Disneyland. I forgot the name of it. It was a spot that you would go to on the weekend, and there would like be dancers there too. Basically, back then in the early 80s, you would go to wherever the pop lockers were at, where the dancers were at. Just you would go to battle because you want your name and your reputation to be out there. It was already out there, but you wanted to keep on going. You know what I mean? Like, oh man, this weekend the Time Bandit, they battled the so-and-sos.
Yes.
So, oh man, like this and that. And also the malls too. All the malls. But
wow.
Carson Mall is still here.
Okay.
But we had a mall, the Walmart. It's not even a Walmart no more, I don't think. Well, we used to have a Walmart. Were you here when the Walmart was here downtown Long Beach?
I don't think so, no.
Okay, yeah. We had a Walmart, but before Walmart, it was the Long Beach Mall.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, it's right on, what is that? Long Beach Boulevard and 4th. Right there, that whole section right there.
Right.
That was a mall back then. Now I don't even know what it is now, but we would battle at the malls, at all the local malls, and just everywhere where dancers would go on the weekends. And you knew who the dancers were because we all wore our jackets with the letters on them, you know. Yes. So on the back, you know. And back then the letters cost 25 cents a piece.
25 cents a piece.
Yeah, 25 cents a piece. So if you had a name like we had, Mysterious Poppers.
Right.
Basically, the talent shows that we won, which we mostly won almost all of them. A few that we didn't win because of the judges, and that's why whenever they ask me to be a judge, I say I'm only going to judge if you let me be the judge. Don't tell me, okay, just make sure you vote for these guys because these are our friends or these are or whatever. I don't do that.
Politics.
Yeah, I never did that because we got done bad so many times back in the 80s. So I was like, nah, I'm not going to do that. If you want me to be a judge, let me judge the way I judge. So anyway, forgot where was I at?
During the 80s of the talent shows.
Okay, yeah, the talent show. So basically, we would win $100, and then we would just recycle it into another shirt or jacket. Yeah. We just get the money and then go to the swap meet and get a jacket and buy all the letters, which was like almost $20, and get them. And we would iron them on ourselves.
Nice.
We let you peel off the back, and you iron them on. And back then, kids don't know today, but these letters that we have here, they used to have felt on top of them. They used to have like velvet felt on top. So when you iron them, it was just like you can't iron. These have to have like paper on top to iron. You know what I mean? Because or else the iron will melt and smear it or mess it up. But back then they had velvet on top of the letters. We just iron them on ourselves.
Wow.
But so we just recycled the money to our next talent show outfit or jacket or whatever, basically. So it was never about the money. It was about the bragging rights and the reputation and just,
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we didn't really need no money back then.
Right.
Just bus. We didn't need the money really for bus back then because we lived with our parents. We didn't have no cell phones. We didn't have no bills. So just the bus and maybe a slice of pizza afterwards or a hot dog or something.
Yeah.
But we didn't need no money.
Wow.
Just a bus, basically. You know what I mean?
Right. Okay. So then you're winning the talent shows. You're adding more, designing your jackets. And you're in high school at this time?
Yeah.
You're still in high school. Okay.
Yeah. Well, no, I was like in the ninth grade then. Ninth. Finna go to that was like ninth grade. That era was like the ninth, from the 7th to the 9th grade, all that.
Okay. And then going from 9th to 12th grade, anything happened? Was there things that maybe shifted or changed direction for you? Or?
Yeah, well, that's around the time when the leader of the group, Daryl Johnson, said that he only wanted us to enter certain contests. And we understood that and we respected that, but he didn't want us to get in. We thought that they didn't want us to get in contests because they were in them. But they didn't want us to get in contests that they weren't even in. So we didn't understand like why we can't go get in this contest if they're not in it. It's like we want to go represent the group and make our name more.
Right.
It's already known, but make it more known and more. Just keep the buzz going.
Right.
And he told us like more than once. You guys can't. We would have to ask. Can we enter that contest? And a lot of times he would like, no, you guys can't enter that contest. Kind of like kind of start being a dictator to us, and we were young and hungry and wanted to battle any and everybody back then. So we was like, you know what, we all start feeling the same way. It was like, we're gonna just have to leave the group because we want to keep on entering these talent shows, and they don't want us to enter the talent shows with their name with us representing the name, the Mysterious Poppers. So we went to a Uncle Jam's Army, and it was a group called the Time Bandits. There, we just heard of them back then. We didn't know, like I say, it was no social media.
Right.
So everything was just word on the street talk.
Right.
So we was like, you know what, we're gonna go and we're gonna battle the Time. And they knew we was gonna battle them, and because we was trying to figure out a name for our group. So we was like, you know what, we gonna battle this group, and if we win, we're gonna take their name, and we're gonna that's gonna be our new name. But we told the group before, we're gonna battle you guys, and if we win, we taking the name. And they agreed. We had a handshake, and of course we battled them. We tore them up, and we took the name, and we told Daryl that we're done. You got your group. We respected your group and your name and the legacy.
Doing our thing.
But now we breaking away. It's just a branch like a tree. The root is the root is mysterious, and then it's a branch. We're just a branch. We still, it's no love lost, no disrespect to the Mysterious Poppers. But they're not even around no more. I mean, they don't pop no more. I mean, they're all. I'm 58. They're like 60, 62 and above, and they don't even dance no more. But they're still around. But they don't dance no more. So basically,
Daryl is still around.
Daryl is still around. He's up north, and I believe he's in Oakland.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
okay.
In Oakland, yeah. And I think he just dances like every blue moon, like maybe at a family reunion or something like that, but not really just
Wow. Okay.
Just dancing.
Right. Wow. So now that the Time Bandits is now officially a group that you're in,
right?
What was the mission, or what would you say what was your goal with the Time Bandits? What was
the goal was still the same, just to keep the buzz on the street. Back then it was called word on the street, but buzz, or like now what they call it on social media when you got a high following. What do they call it?
You're trending following.
Yeah, like that. It's kind of like
yeah.
that. So we're just always trying to stay,
Relevant.
yeah,
Keeping yourself
trending
named. Okay.
in the the street
Yes.
buzz, the talk of the town, whatever,
Yes.
like
Yes.
that, basically. So it was
Just keeping on that, letting people know you are here. We are here. We are
yes,
here. Okay.
yes,
Who
basically.
were the members of the Time Bandits?
The Time Bandits, the leader was Darren Walker King. He was Snake. He was under Taco, and I was under Snake also, and under Taco. It was Darren Walker, Fred Towns, which is a Slim, Ronnie Hightower, and Keith Mathis. It was those four, and then it was me. It was me, Lil Dave, Ricky, Brian, and and I forgot about Deuce, Big Deuce recipe. But Deuce came from L.A.
Oh,
Everybody else, our name was all from Long, but Deuce came from L.A.
okay.
So when Deuce came from L.A. in 1980, between 80 and 81, he came from L.A. But he was older too. But he brought a different style to our group. He brought bopping.
Can you go into that about Deuce and what he brought and how you met him too? Yeah.
Well, he moved to Long Beach in back in, like I say, back in the 80s. If you was a dancer, you would go to wherever you heard the dancers were at, the best dancers. You would go to wherever they was at. So Deuce came from L.A. and Deuce was like full-time gangbanging. Deuce was from Deuce. His name is Deuce, but he's from 6 Deuce, East Coast Crips.
Okay.
But his name was Big Deuce from East Coast. But he was he moved from L.A. because I heard that he was like having like a whole lot of problems out there as far as I guess he didn't get ran out of L.A. He just I guess I heard he got tired of fighting and getting in trouble, so he moved to Long Beach to slow down a little bit. But he was dancing out there too, but he was more gangbanging out there. But when he came to Long Beach, it was more dancing out here and less gangbanging.
Okay, right.
So he brought a style to our group that we didn't know about or have. It was bopping.
Can you explain? Yeah, what
popping is when you lock up all your joints. Bopping is like it's more like it's the chest. It's the chest. That's the chest like that's bopping. And popping is like and bopping Deuce came with the heart like chest like bam, bam, bam. In animation, he's really good in animation because Deuce and Bop and Andre were like play brothers. Oh, they were so close. They called each other brothers. They were brothers. Okay. They like play brothers, but they were really, really close. So they fed off of each other. So Deuce would teach Dre, and Dre would teach Deuce, and they would like kind of have the same style. So Deuce brought animation to Long Beach and bopping to Long Beach.
I see.
We were just popping, and when Deuce came to our group, he brought bopping and animation.
Wow. Okay.
And he was older too.
He was older as
well. And he was an asset to our group because remember what I said back in the 80s, gang banging was an all-time high. And Deuce was not letting nobody touch us. And back then, when you're dancing and you're battling somebody, you ain't supposed to touch them. But people are like, do a move and
grab your shirt,
flip your hat off.
Yeah.
Or do something.
Yeah, disrespect, right?
Yeah, you're not supposed to touch the person. And if they touched us, oh man, Deuce knocked a few people out.
Really? No way.
Yeah. He was no nonsense, no disrespect. Like don't touch my little brothers.
Keep the dance, keep the art, keep the creative.
Right.
Because he came from that life.
Yes.
So he's not trying to bring that into the dance. He was trying to keep that.
Right, but don't touch my little brothers.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So.
Okay. Yeah. So then the Time Bandits are forming. You guys are traveling and battling
all these talent shows and contests and.
Yeah. What was there any moments that changed for the Time Bandits or something, a shift or what during the Time Bandits, I guess
the era?
Yeah, the era.
Well, yeah, of course, the crack era, 84, 85, 86, that's when rock cocaine started to invade like the cities. And nobody was really making no money dancing. Only people was really making money dancing was like Poppin' Pete, Taco, Shabadoo, and Boogaloo Shrimp, basically.
The
just a
break in
few.
the movie, they were
Yeah,
getting
that
okay.
movie came out. I think it was '84.
Okay.
Was it
I
'84?
think
Yeah,
around somewhere in the 80s.
yeah, and that's at the time when that movie came out. Like it like I say, nobody was like really making no money except a handful of people,
Hmm.
and they were also getting flown out to Japan like once a month and getting paid to teach classes out there and all that. And like I say, nobody was really making no money. So then, like I said, the crack cocaine epidemic start going through the cities like a
Wow.
wildfire.
Wow.
And then that's when everybody started kind of like stopped dancing and started selling drugs and start.
Wow. So because I've heard some people say like there wasn't events, there weren't stuff happening in the 80s. I guess during this time, like
Right.
the dance kind of,
Yeah.
and then
Well.
people say the 90s it starts to pick up again. But I want to hear
Right.
what did you
Well. Yeah. It's
see?
kind of funny because during that time, during the '80s, in the eight from '84, I was in high school '84 to '80. I graduated in 1986 from Long Beach Poly.
Hmm.
But all that era, that was all, still popping was still pretty popular and still going on. But '86 is when it like really really started to take a plummet, and I just graduated, and nobody wasn't really no talent shows no more. Wasn't really no money out there no more. So most of the dancers started selling drugs and gangbanging, and I fell into that also.
Mm-hmm.
But and I went to prison, and I did a few years, and I got out October 13th, 1990.
Wow.
But while I was in there, I was they had a talent show. Actually, I was in fire camp, and they had a talent show in there.
Wow.
And I put a group together.
No way.
And we won it. It was like a slam dunk. We won the talent show. It was funny.
It's like no matter where you're at, you're still
Yeah, it's in you. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's like dancing is like my first love. So as far as so as far as my wife.
Nice.
But yeah, dancing is my first love. So it was always in me. So then when I got out in 1990, I started working. There was really everybody was still like gang banging and selling drugs. Not selling drugs, kind of starting to phase out. It wasn't phasing out. Mostly everybody was selling drugs was dead or in prison.
Okay.
Who was really
right
trying to make a career out of it.
Right.
And then like I said, I started I dance here and there, just for certain stuff. Nobody was really dancing no more. Just only like at little events like weddings, parties, whatever, or every blue moon somebody would have like a 80s party or something that you would like, go and dance like that. But then let me see, what year was that? Was that 90? 94, yeah. 94, Warren G called me and said, because Warren G is younger than me.
Okay.
And they grew up watching us dance.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, when you're younger, you see like when I was younger,
you see the other in the neighborhood, the people.
Yeah, the people.
Okay, so he knew you from seeing you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he called me. That's when he was like, Regulate was real popular. Regulate, and he's like, hey Pierre, they wanted Snoop to do the Billboard Awards, but Snoop can't do it because some stuff was going on with him and Suge. Suge didn't want him to do it for some reason, whatever reason that was, So they called Warren G. So Warren G said he wanted to do it, and he wanted to know if we would dance in the background of the show. I'm like, hell yeah, we'll do it. So basically, that was '94. So it was, we performed in 1994 at the Billboard Awards with Warren G. And Regulate. I'll show it to you. You can Google it and see it. But we're on stage in the back of them doing a routine. And yeah, so
wow.
And,
okay.
And then after that, I don't know if I did the video with Snoop before that or after, but that was also in '94 too. The What Would You Do video.
How did that come about? How did that happen? How did you get into that? Yeah.
Oh, Ricky Harris. I don't know if you know who he is, but he's from Long Beach. He was a comedian. He passed away a few years back, but he was a comedian, and he's like the Long Beach. He was like the Long Beach celebrity. He was in Heat with Al Pacino and Robert De Niro.
Okay. Oh.
He was
okay.
But he was a comedian and an actor, and he also was married at the time. He's married to Dee Barnes, and Dee Barnes worked on Yo MTV Raps. Have you ever heard of Yo MTV Raps?
Man, I don't know.
106 and Park, all that back in the day.
It sounds familiar. But
anyway, he was married to Dee Barnes, and Dee around that time, Dr. Dre, she was what they call an interview person, like when they come to you when you walk the red carpet and walk to, hey.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, tell them how you do. Yeah,
Yeah, she was one of them. I guess I don't know what they call them, but the person that interviewed the people,
right
the
during the red
celebrities.
carpet.
Yeah, so she walked up to Dr. Dre and asked him something. I don't remember what it was. It was something about Eazy-E.
Okay.
And he slapped her. He slapped her, and she was married to Ricky Harris, and Ricky Harris had just we had just did this video, this "What Would You Do" video, the first version of it, the one that I'm in. And then once he did that, she sued Dr. Dre. And then once that video was coming out, Dr. Dre told Suge, "I don't want that video to come out because her husband,
The connection to
her
it.
husband directed that video, so I don't want that video to come out." So they redid one.
But you were in.
Yeah.
So you did it once, and then they redid it
They
again.
redid it. Yeah.
Okay.
And then they redid it, but the one that I'm on is called Death Row Uncut.
Okay.
They brought it out after years later.
Got it.
So yeah, because of the connection for Ricky Harris being married to Dee Barnes, and Dr. Dre slapped her and she sued him. He got mad for, you know, and I mean I can understand, like, you know, why, whatever.
Right.
So basically that's what happened with that original. But then everybody likes the video, the original version more,
which is the one you shared.
Yeah.
Yes.
More than the one that
was redone.
Yeah. So basically.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, it's like that, you know.
Wow. Okay. So and this is 80. No, this is 90. 94. You say or not?
Well, as far as what?
As far as this video that was released.
The video was 94.
94.
94, and the Billboard Awards was also 94, but I just don't remember which one was first.
I see.
I mean, there's like around the same time,
okay.
like months apart. But I don't remember what I did first, the Billboard Awards or Snoop video. Okay. But I think I did Snoop video first, and then the Billboard Awards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So. Wow. Okay. So then, moving forward after the Billboard Awards and the video of Snoop, what happens with, I guess, the crews, the dance, are you still, would you say you were still involved in the popping dance scene?
I always been in the pop and dance scene, but there was really no scene back then.
Okay.
It wasn't no scene, like it wasn't no place where all the poppers go every weekend over here, over there. It was just like only if somebody had something or here and there. It ain't like now, like it's like
there's always something happening.
Right. That kind of like started happening like back like in around like the 90, like around after like around like 90, I should say like maybe around 95.
What did you start seeing in 95? Who were some of the names or the people that started showing up?
95, damn, I don't know. That was what are we
2025?
How many years ago was that?
What, 30 40 years ago? 40?
Yes, that was over 30. No,
30.
That was 30 or 40 years ago. I don't remember exactly, but I mean, I all I can tell you is who was around when the groups that was around.
Yes.
The people that was around when I started, like in the 80s, the best of the best. Mm-hmm. My favorite group back in when I first started was the Pomona. Daryl Stokes, Boardman, Slick Dog, and who else was it? Was one other guy. Oh, No Bone Tyrone, Medusa. What was that? What's the name of that group? The something. I got a fucking brain fart.
That they're all part of.
Yeah, they're from Pomona. They was like us, but in Pomona. They the best. And Daryl Stokes is still, and Boardman is still like my favorite dancers. They still really, really good.
How did you meet them, or how did you get introduced to them?
Uncle Jam's Army, battling.
Oh, they were there.
Battling, yeah, going to battling them.
And they're waves too. They'd be
waving. They wave, yeah.
It's interesting because Mysterious Poppers as well, Wave the Cobra.
Yeah,
so there was this. Okay.
Yeah. So it was they was the best over there in Pomona, and then of course LA was the Unique Dominoes, and then Compton it was what group was in? Oh, it was rest in peace to puppet
Hmm.
puppet.
Master, puppet master, or
Oh no,
no?
puppet not dead. Dang, I forgot his name. Tripping.
Hmm.
I went to his funeral and everything.
He's,
Bandit, one armed bandit. How could I
oh,
forget that
okay.
name?
Okay,
One
one
armed
armed
bandit.
bandit. He
One
was
armed
part
bandit.
of where? What was
He's
he?
a group in Compton. I forgot the name of the group, but he was like in the best group. Him and Tick a lot.
Whoa, also one armed bandit took a lot. They're
Yeah,
from the same
same clique in
Okay.
Compton. So like the best groups back in it was like Compton, L.A., Watts, Long Beach, Linwood. Linwood had the Strobonics. They were really good.
Hmm.
But it was like every city had their best group. You know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
they and you knew who they were.
Wow.
But like I say, you knew who they were just from word on the street. But you didn't know who they were by seeing them. But like I say, we all wore
Yes.
on the back of our jackets or shirts. It was like it said. Or else you would just go to the biggest circle, and when you enter that circle, you would see, and you're like, "Whoa, who was that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the so and so."
Yes.
You would hear people like talking, and
Yeah.
nobody had no phones. It was just everybody's like,
No, but no.
like now it's just,
Everyone's recording everything.
yeah. So now it's just all by memory. Like,
Yeah.
who's that? Who's that? Oh, that's so and so.
Yeah.
Like that. Just you would just know by right when you get up in there.
Right.
So yeah, it was just.
What were some of your favorite moments or battles or experiences in the dance scene during that time? During it could be 70s, 80s, 90s. What were some of the moments that you're like, I'll never forget that happened? Or
Well, we went to Magic Mountain one time. It was I wasn't in high school then. I was junior high then. Went to Magic Mountain. They had a talent show there. It was a 3-day event. We didn't know. It was Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and we just happened to go to Magic Mountain on Saturday, and we didn't know nothing about the contest. So when we got there on Saturday, we went to the area where all the dancers would be at, and it was no dance. It was a talent show. It was like set up, and we was like watching, and we was like, dang, we didn't even know nothing about it. So my big mouth, I'm talking. These dudes are up there dancing. I'm like, oh man, they sorry, man. Man, them dudes are sorry, man. I'm talking like this to my buddy.
Yeah.
Man, I wish. And so there's a dude sitting behind me. She's like, oh, you think you're so good? If you guys think you're so good, I can get you guys in the contest. Yeah, get us in it. Of course, long story short, it was 500 groups. It was a 3-day event.
Wow.
And we came in second place.
Wow, you just showed up Saturday.
No, Saturday, but Saturday you had to come to Sunday. So it was like a process of elimination. Friday, the best of it, then they move. They go over to Saturday. Then the best of the best go, and the Sunday was the final.
Yes.
So we entered. He got us in. I don't know who that is. Whatever he was, he got us in, and we basically we got carried over to Sunday to the finals. There was 3 finals. We went down to the last 3. Then of course we came in second because it was a break-in contest.
Oh, so the breaker won.
The breakers won. Yeah, well we won second. We didn't.
But you weren't breaking, right?
We weren't breaking.
That's crazy.
So yeah, so that's to tell you like right there, like we was serious about our dance.
Yeah.
Let me backpedal real quick as far as to the Mysterious Poppers. The Mysterious Poppers was ran like a militant group as far as very structured, very serious, and no game plan. We had to practice every day from 3 o'clock to 5 o'clock. We had to practice at 3 o'clock. If you was late, you was getting thrown in the trash can.
Thrown in the trash can?
Yeah.
They tossed you in the trash can?
Yeah, in a dumpster. It was where we practiced as an alley, and it was like a big dumpster.
So if you're late.
If you was late, you would get thrown in the dumpster. And whatever's in the dumpster was like, who knows, or whatever.
Right, all that.
But yeah, so basically, Duro, he ran the group as it was pretty serious. And so we was pretty structured. And we had like say, we had all these routines. Back then, there was like a lot of routines. A lot of routines. When routines like 4 everybody in sync, boom, 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 boom. All together.
Okay.
Everything is like structured. Now that you don't really see that too much.
That's it. You said essentially it's a militant, because it seems very military, like the soldiers in line, and they do their repeat the gun. We
wore white gloves.
Okay, what's the glove? What was the gloves?
The gloves, we wore white gloves. I'm not gonna say for sure, but I'm thinking it's for 2 reasons. I'm thinking because of remember Shields and Yarnez?
Yes.
The Panama, the mines. Remember
Yes.
the mine, the Panama mine. They wore gloves to like.
So give that effect that.
Yeah, the white gloves I believe came from that, and also because back in the 80s, the gangsters they was wearing brown gloves. They called brownies.
I remember you were showing brown gloves
There's
and a white
brown,
glove. Okay.
the garden gloves. There's little brown, cheaply
Yes, yes.
brown. The gangsters would wear those, and they would have them in their back pocket. And but we dressed the same. We wore khaki suits,
Uh-huh.
and the gangsters wore khaki suits.
Okay.
And we had letters. They had they letters might say West Side Hoover or
Right.
West Coast. Like Deuce was from Deuce was from Six Deuce East Coast. So like East Coast, like East Coast Six Deuce, like they would have the same thing. It would look like from a distance, you look like, oh, those are gangsters. Oh, no, they're damn. You can't tell. We dressed the same.
Wow.
We wore the same type of thing, but the only difference between us was we wore white gloves, they wore brown gloves, and our stuff said like pop, and their stuff would say Gangster G or Killer this, or ours is popping or
Right.
robot this or whatever. You know what I mean?
Right.
So like the only way you would tell is if you get closer and you read it. But other than
Right.
that, you couldn't really tell about like if he's a
they're
gangster or
not.
if he's a dancer.
Right. It's interesting to hear how it's like there's this separation, but also this connection with the
Yeah.
wardrobe and
Yeah, well, a lot of the OG gangsters used to be dancers,
so they're right bringing that
and they
into the dance.
yeah, but they stopped dancing early, and they just went full fledged gangbanging.
I see.
But believe it or not, a lot of the OG gangsters is really they was really good dancers back in the 80s.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, facts.
Wow. Wow. Daryl Johnson. Where did you ever have a conversation with him asking where he like came up with this Cobra movement or like his story of where he kind of got into it or his dance or
No,
no?
no, I
Okay.
never had a conversation with him. Only conversation I ever had with him was like, show me this, show me that,
Show me
basically.
that. Okay.
Yeah, but never like a conversation because he made it up. But I know he was fascinated with snakes. I know that for a fact because, like I said, they all had snake names, and
Yeah.
he was the cobra was like before a cobra strikes, you know how it goes like
Yeah.
it rolls, it kind of like goes like that,
Yeah.
and then it's just bam.
Yeah.
So like the cobra snake came from like the chest of the he's like a lot of dancers they get their moves from cartoons too. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Trying to imitate cartoons, and that's where animation comes from because it's animated.
Right. This film, this cartoons on TV, or
Right,
see movies, maybe.
right. So animation, yeah. So it's kind of like or cartoons or giant robot or certain things you see, you try to do.
Yes.
Certain style. Even a lot of the moves they come from the cartoons.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
It's so interesting because from my understanding, a lot of the ideas, like you said, came from cartoons, people watching movies and shows. And it seemed back then so original. Like everyone seemed so different. And I think sometimes nowadays with technology and everyone's watching maybe the same person, that sometimes it seems like the dance, everyone looks similar. But there seemed to be more originality back then. I don't know. What is your thoughts?
Yeah, to me, yeah, it was more styles back then. Now you're right.
Mm.
It's more it seems like more. It seems like everybody is kind of like riding the wave, like the trend
Yeah.
of
or
you know.
even there wasn't like the terms back then. Like I feel like people were like, well, I watched this dinosaur, so I'm gonna be a dinosaur in my thing. Now it's like everyone wants what's the term? How do you like break it down? Like very systematic. But
Yeah,
the freedom back then, because it was so free.
freestyle,
No, it was
freestyle.
free. Like
Yeah,
nobody was telling you
right.
go do watch this and do this.
And it was no social
There
media,
was no
so
social media,
you
no
only
classes, right? Did
our
you take classes and stuff?
no our
No,
social media was the cartoons. I
the
mean,
cartoons.
what we seen on TV.
Yeah, that was where you were pulling from.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Or if you seen somebody dance, you like they move, whatever you. Back then they called it biting the
Yes,
apple,
you're right,
the
right.
biters.
Where did you
But
hear that term, biting?
when did I hear it?
Where did you hear that from? Yeah,
Oh,
biting.
in the 80s, it's like when you steal somebody's and you bit off of the apple, like just the apple, and you bit it and you went over there and you changed it. Well, I did it before we all did it.
Yes.
You like that? You take it and you imitate and you change it. You just twist it a little
Yeah,
bit.
right.
And they do that with music too a lot.
Yeah,
A lot.
yeah.
They take the beginning of the music or sample it, and then they put another beat on top of it, or in the background you can still hear like, wait a minute, that sounds like
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
the oldies and stuff. It's just everything is just even with clothes, you
It's
know.
being remade, redone, remixed
The
for the
wheel, you
next
can't reinvent the wheel, right? How
right.
they say it, it just comes back around.
Another
Even
way.
like every what seemed like every 10 years, the neon colors get real popular again. Remember the neon, the
Yes,
bright
you're right.
oranges and the
Yeah.
fluorescent colors.
Now everyone's love the '80s. Now people talk
Yeah,
about the '80s and the colors, and
right. So
right, the
it's just
music, and
yeah,
right, wow.
yeah.
What were some of the things you were inspired by, or what were you watching during your journey?
Well, I was a big giant robot fan. You know, the kung fu theater, the kung fu. I loved back then. It was kung fu. That's when the I don't know if you ever seen like the old kung fu when they talk. They'd be like,
Yes, you.
"You,
Yeah, yes,
my brother."
yes,
But when you didn't care about that. You just like to watch them fight or
yes,
whatever. But a lot of that stuff, like Scorpio.
yes, yes. You dress
Scorpio,
always, yes.
yeah, he's a big time kung fu martial arts fan. He knows arts too. I don't know if you ever seen him dance.
So I've seen Scorpio.
Yeah, Scorpio.
Yes,
You ever
yes.
seen him dance? And he starts doing the
Right, the martial
yeah.
arts.
No, he
Right.
really does that. But he knows how to do it, and he does it, and he incorporated it in his
Yes.
style also.
Got it.
So yeah,
Okay.
he was like same. He's a little older than me, but
Mhm.
same thing. It's just like what you see and love as a kid. You just incorporate it into your dance,
I
pretty
see.
much.
Right, right.
Cartoon or the kung fu theater or whatever it was, or another older dancer. You
Okay.
just kind of grab it and take a little piece of it and just blend it into your style, or
Right.
hopefully nobody will notice.
Yeah.
Wait a minute,
Right. Hopefully
wait a
you
minute.
switch it enough that you can't.
That's
Right, right,
Flopping
right.
Andre.
Right.
But,
No, I hear it. Even you try to take that thing and try to switch it
I'm,
until it's
I'm gonna
undistinguishable.
tell you what's the worst though. What's
Mm.
happened to us before in the '80s? When you battling a group and they come out and do your move on you, and they went out first,
Before you do it,
and you
right?
can't do nothing about it because it's the audience, and then you can just be mad. That's like stuff that people would like want to fight over.
Right.
You
Because
know what I'm
dang,
like?
you strategically knew that,
Yeah, and
so
that's my
that
move.
people would.
That's everybody had like a signature move that they would do that would like, or like a crowd pleaser that
Right.
make the crowd go whoa.
Right.
And the person you battling or a group, and then one of them come out and do your move,
Yeah.
and you know that they got it from you because we all at the same stuff.
Yes.
That's kind of like the ultimate disrespect. That's like afterwards sometimes fights will break out
Okay.
because you're not like, dude, you know that's my fucking move.
Yeah.
It ain't my name ain't on it, but everybody knows.
You knew that.
You know what I mean?
You did that because you wanted to win.
Right.
You
So I can't do it because now it look like I
took from you, and I'm.
But
not,
the audience don't know.
Right.
The inner circle knows.
Yes,
You know what I mean?
yes.
But it happens.
Right.
It's
Right.
still whatever. I'm sure it still happens today. But
Oh no, for sure. Speaking of battles and such, I know nowadays I would say it's much more contest. People will call the dance community will call them battles, but they are more contests. They're scheduled. There's judges that decide.
Right.
There's a time limit. Who's going to go first?
Right. I spin a bottle.
Right. When you were battling, it wasn't. What did you see? What was different? From my understanding, it wasn't like that.
No.
No.
It wasn't like it was like this table, the circle.
Yeah.
And when the circle, what seemed like it was always there. When it'd be different circles.
Yes.
But we would always go to the biggest circle.
Okay.
Because the biggest circle meant
that's where more people are trying to push them.
That means it's more people, and usually the best go to the big circle. The small circles are
the energy is being pulled to the big circle.
Yeah, so we would go to the big circle, and then you go and you enter the circle, but you don't enter it. You line yourself and you just sit there and you just wait and you watch, and you watch, and then you wait, and you have to wait for the leader. Darren would be like,
go,
like he would like send us out like ninjas, like
yeah,
P, Dave, and he would be last, like for the best of the best.
Yeah.
So that's how it was. Like whoever's out there dancing, if they have this type of style, if they're floating, they would send me out there because I used to float then, float, glide, and float the same thing. I would go out, whatever. If they ticking, then Lil Dave would go out there. If they, whatever style they were doing, you would send out a member of your group to get them, and that was just like. Then you start battling. One of his partners come out. Then you send out, boom. Then it's just like that. It was just like battling like that. It was just.
It would just go. It was
go. It was go time. Yeah.
God. So what was your mindset when you battled? Was it like I guess what I'm thinking now is nowadays in contests, the two dancers, they're waiting. they don't want to go. They kind of want to wait for the other person to go. Was it
Right.
different, or did you feel like, no, I'm just gonna go, I'm gonna do it? What did you?
No, back then we waited for your certain style to come out
When someone did the style,
that
then
you know that you were better at, basically,
okay,
or a move.
right?
You would, but we also back then had respect. They don't, these dancers these days, a lot of them don't have respect. You could be out there dancing, and then this person will just come out.
Okay.
You're supposed to wait until he's done.
I see.
It's a respect thing. Okay, you done? Okay,
Right.
you go back over there. Here I come.
Someone
Now
else.
let me. You done? Now you come.
I see.
Now you dance. You doing something real good. Sometimes we'll come on and just go around you, or just like
take away the attention.
Just like say this dance, go. Like,
right.
dude, like
dang.
Let me finish. You
right.
do your thing, But yeah, nowadays they don't really have a lot of. Yeah, we had respect and we waited our turn and our time, basically.
Nice.
That's just how it was.